Okay. I'm not. Hello, how we doing? I see we have one person and we are getting ready to start in. Good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing? I'm going to be starting right away. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to price your work that you're going to be able to win. I notice this is one of the biggest issues around. Um, Pricing your work can be hard. An example I want to go by is t-shirts because that's what I do and it's easier for me to use this example. So please forgive me if you don't do t-shirts, but just follow along and the same blueprint will apply to whatever business you're doing. Okay. I do notice in the t-shirt business that number one, people are all over the place with their prices. Some are charging $10 for a shirt, $15 for a shirt, $20 for a shirt, $30. And I'm talking about these are custom shirts with vinyl print on them. I mean, and vinyl is, I say vinyl is one of the hardest jobs to do because of the weeding. And you can only pick certain types of designs. It's very intricate. So the harder design, the more time that it takes. So, uh, where did my biggest question that I asked? Where did the $20 price come up, and everybody thought they had to run with it? Because when I talk to people, they say, "Well, that's all they're going to buy in my area," and I said, "It really doesn't matter uh, what people are telling you what they're going to pay for. You can't sell something that you're losing. You can't. This is a this. Let me rephrase it this way: you can't pay your customer to buy something from you, and that's what we're doing. Okay, an average T-shirt across the board in the United States um, is, let's say, four between $2 and $4 going through, definitely through a wholesale account you can get a shirt at $2.50, but just because we're doing this live, we're going to make it $4, just even across the board. Okay, we got that. $4. Okay, the average salary ranges from 10 to $18 an hour across US. So we do understand our market has an income. Okay. You as the business person, if you charge just randomly $20, we already know that the t-shirt costs us $4. So therefore, we have to double the price because we have to add a markup to it. In case you make a mistake, you ruin it, you have to replace it. So at least you walk away making something. Now, this is the other factor, time. I can't tell you how much money your time is worth, but let's just say, argument's sake, uh, you want to work at $15 an hour in your shop. Average design, average t-shirt, it's going to take you a half an hour, so we'll add $7.50. So we got $7.50 and $4 for the t-shirt. We double it to 8. Okay, so we're right there without putting anything on the shirt. We're at 750 and 8. So that's a total of 16 and change. We haven't put anything on it. Now let's say we're going to work with vinyl and we're going to do a one front design. Now vinyl comes in, is sold by a square foot, I should say, a yard, 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, whatever increment you buy. But since we have been introduced with this silhouette and cameo and cricket guys, they kind of cut down the vinyl and they charge more. So let's say you take a 12 by 12 piece. On average, if it's plain vinyl, it runs between two to $4 a square foot. And then if we're going with glitter, it's about 7. So let's just say the whole design takes a $7 piece. Now, if we're at 16 on the shirt and we're adding in 7, that's 23. So if you're selling it for 20, where did you make any money? So a lot of us are not factoring in our time. Time is very important. We don't work for free. In your shop, whether you're in your shop or in your house, you have electricity, you have utilities. Now imagine if you kept doing these super low jobs. You think you would ever be able to increase and buy more material or more equipment? No. Would you be able to go into a store? No, because you're not covering your overhead. And just because you're in your house, you think you're not paying rent, but actually you are. You need to figure out how much square footage you have, and you need to make some deductions and put it in the pot because you're using an area in the house, so you need to realize you have to recover for that. And that's how we leave money on the table. Okay, now how do I increase this job? If it's a custom job and the person's coming to me and they pick up their cell phone and they go, okay, I want this graphic, it's on Google. I want this. They show you this is the graphic that I want. And you say, okay, fine. Most of us, because it's a custom shirt, we're just so excited to get the job, we take the job. Now, the graphics don't just jump into the computer on its own. We have to go into either with Photoshop, Affinity Designer, GIMP, Illustrator, whatever, or Canva, whatever software that you use, and you have to manipulate it. Again, that's time. Now, if you had a graphic artist help you and you had to go to Fiverr, let's just say you had to pay $20 to get that artwork done. Now, that $25 shirt that you're charging for, where's that 20 at? See what I'm saying? You're not getting it. You're losing it. So when a customer comes in with custom graphics, there's a graphics fee. That's you can charge $20, $25. It's fine because that usually covers the fee. or even if they give you something that's on Google and the artwork is really dingy, you're gonna have to go to a company like Copy Artwork, and they usually roughly charge you about $15 to $16 to fix up the JPEGs and PNGs and stuff like that. Okay, so do you want to walk away with nothing? So you have like about $6 or $7 in there. So you got to add that to your price. Now, if that print, they want something over here, and on the back, that takes more vinyl. It takes more work. So you have to increase. So you have to figure out, okay, well, it's a small design here. I add another $4 and another four on this side if they want that. And if they want their name on the back, it could be another $10. You see how you're adding it up? And that's how we don't lose. And customers are okay with that. The easiest thing to get your shop, whether you're at home or in an office, is be like McDonald's. You have a menu board. You put out so many graphics, so many, not graphics. I mean, you pick out, maybe give them a choice between 10 and 20 fonts that you have accessible in your computer. Because remember, this is all in your time, in that time we first talked about. So you let them choose from that. And if they want a custom graphic or whatever, that you can't do anything about it. You design it and you charge your setup fee, and that's it. You're out the door. If they need a design on the back, you charge them accordingly. And now that price goes up. So you're not stuck to the $25. And also, don't fall for this one. A person comes into your store and, well, I was just down the block at so and so. And this is how they beat us all the time. Well, he told me he's going to do a shirt for me for $15. So you go, okay, well, I'll do it for 10. Now you're not making anything. You just beat yourself out of money because you were anxious to get it. And matter of fact, he might not even went to your competitor. He might just say that to get you to jump at his whim. Remember, you're in your store, you're in control. And I'm going to say this. Never be afraid. Never. See the bottom of that screen? It's okay. You can let that person walk. Never let a customer intimidate you. Never feel you're always in control in your office, in your environment. You have all the control. Let me see, there's a comment coming in. Okay, I have to go to, give me 1 second. I gotta log in on my computer. Sorry about that. Just trying to read the comments. Okay, Mr. Baptiste, he says the $25 the basic standard, and people think more expensive equals less to sales. 25 is really not the basic. It's just a number that people just generated, and that number cannot work. And I'm going to explain to you right now. I'm going to end this nonsense right now. If you do sublimation, you do rhinestones. Let's go on the rhinestone bit. A rhinestone shirt cannot be done at $25 unless it's a name and you're using crystal stones. Crystal and crystal are the cheapest stones. And you know, you really have to have less than 1,000 stones in the design to barely make it. Because you got to remember, you're using flock, you're using transfer tape, you're using a lot of stuff. It's just not, you can't have a standard price when you're dealing with rhinestones. So that's out the question. Now, vinyl is definitely out of the question because a lot of the time you're getting people, they don't want the basic vinyl. They want the puff vinyl, they want the glitter vinyl, and those specialty vinyls cost a lot more. So basically, you can do a shirt for $25 if you want to get technical. You can do an inkjet design, you know, um, like printing on jet opaque paper, or maybe a sublimated front. But even on a polyester shirt, it's costing you more, so it wouldn't work in that setup. So I just don't see it, and I'm just telling you. I see a lot of people suffering. They're just leaving money off the table. I'm going to give you an example. If you want to make some serious money, let's go to screen printing. If a screen printer charges a setup fee between $20 to $40 per color per screen, and then they have a minimum of 12 pieces. So whether they charge $10, $15, they're getting 120 plus how many of the colors, because it has to make sense or they can't do it, because the way their job is, it won't work. Now, for us, if you have a heat press and you're working at your home, we can take screen print jobs. Yes, we have companies like F&M Expressions. We can go to Stalls, 613. And I'm just giving you, these are the ones where we can use a basic one color. So like Stalls has a program where you can do 100 transfers at 15 cents a piece. And yeah, 15 cents a piece. And I believe a $25 setup fee. Now you have to pay the setup fee. So when you get a customer that needs to get so many shirts, you charge them the setup fee, and you could charge them $10 to $15 a shirt, and you tell them you got a minimum of 10, 20 shirts. See, you make it happen. So you don't have to do the one. See, you make more money in volume than just doing one-ups. So I always, in my shop, I offer the screen print. That's when I first started off. I really wasn't too fond of the vinyl because you do one shirt, you know, people weren't pushing, but with the transfers, you kind of had to force them and tell them these are what the minimums are, or they couldn't get a shirt done. And so people were fine with it. Still are fine with it today. You know, they'll do 10, 12, 15. I get 100 order shirts once or twice a week, which is cool. So you just have to look at how you want to skin the cat. Now, going back to, because most of you guys work with vinyl, and I want to stick around with the vinyl. I got to get you guys to understand, weeding, doing multiple colors, it takes time. If you get a 50 t-shirt order, it might not be worth it. You might be better off, most likely, just going to like F&M or 613. They have a new program now that you can do the two color print. All you have to do is 75 sheets. Now, you got to understand, it's how you price your job. Yeah, that job, the whole job will come out to like $131. You can get your customer to roll the whole job, and with the size of that design, you could put 2 or 3 designs. So now that job is going to cost you 80 cents, or you could break it down to 40 cents using 3 designs because you're breaking it in sections. Transfers don't have to be huge and all over across the chest. No, like see this right here? So that could be 1 design. And you could use that for your brand. And your customer is paying for that for you. And you don't have to explain your process to the customer. And I find out that's what happens a lot. You want to tell them the type of equipment you have, the way you have to do the shirt. They could care less. They want a t-shirt, and that's all they want is a t-shirt. They could care less if you gotta use a DTF machine, DTG machine, uh, rhinestones or whatever. If they come in and they tell you, I just want a shirt, I want it blinged out, and you could show them examples of shirts that you have in your shop already done, you say, well, you can get one of this. This is my $30. This is this price, that price, and that's how I get the jobs. I don't have to explain to my customer what's what. As long as we have it on paper, we agree how many t-shirts, whatever, all what we need on the job. We agree on the design, then I have them sign off on it. I don't just print. Let me move this out of the way. I don't just get up there and print without the customer's approval. That is a headache, because if you make a mistake, you're in trouble. And also, I do not take in people's t-shirts and print on them. I did it in the past, and it's headaches, because you know what? I had to wind up paying for their t-shirts. They said they didn't go on the press right. They weren't. It was a disaster. When I say it didn't go on the press right, some shirts can singe on the press. It just happens. And you're responsible for giving them a shirt. Now, if it comes out of your own inventory, so what? You have to produce whatever you said you were going to produce. So it's not a big deal. You're only ruining your inventory. Now, if you think about it, you take a customer's shirt and you decide to print on it and you ruin it, you got a problem. First of all, they're going to tell you, oh man, that shirt cost me $95 and da-da-da. It's all sorts of headaches. Been there, done that, ain't going back there. If you want to do that, it's fine. Not going to do that. But that's one of the ways that you will increase your profit center, is by not taking silly stuff, by not doing that. Let's see, are there any more questions? So, what I'm going to do over the next course of a couple of days, I'm going to dig through, and I'm going to get a vinyl calculator for like Excel. I'm going to get an easy one that you guys can download. It's going to be free to you guys, and you guys can use it for your shop. And also, I did a video a couple of weeks ago, and it's on the Wave. That's a nice invoicing system, and it's really good for quotes. Yes, and that's something we need to. I got it right here. That's the next thing on my list. That's why I was talking about this. When you give a quote to a customer, the quote has to last. There's like a term and condition on that quote. That quote is not for eternity. You should make your quotes no longer than 10, 15 days at the most. Because understand this, you're dealing with distributors. Prices change really on a daily basis, and it really does. I mean, if you're buying from Walmart and Jif, you're not going to really see that. But when you have your wholesale account, you're going to see it. This is a lot of times I see a sale going on this Tuesday. I mean, yeah, this Tuesday, Gildan shirts or Next Level shirts with $2.07, with like $1.70. And we get those kind of prices easily, and I'm not talking seconds. These are first one up qualities, so we get those prices like from S&S activewear, and it also depends on your volume. All of us don't get the same prices when we go into SS activewear and Alpha Border, because if my volume is heavier, they're going to take me to another level, especially if I'm a PO person, and I'm buying 2 to 3 to 4,000 shirts a week. My price can't be the same as your price. But regardless, we all get good pricing. And the next advice I really want to say is, since you're in the t-shirt business, get yourself a resales, set up your set up your LLC so that you can get a resale certificate, so that you can start buying wholesale. Going to Jif, all day shirts and all of that, yeah, it's cool. Shopping at Michael's, it's cool, but it's not cool for business. It's not even cool for hustling, because what you're really doing is you're buying high and then you're selling low. You're defeating yourself. It's like you're coming up to come down. And the goal is to work smarter, not harder. When you get your resale certificate, you're not paying sales tax. So this is another thing. You go to Michael's. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say, well, I went to Michael's. The shirts were $4.99. They were on sale. But they keep forgetting they had to pay tax. Now, I could go to Michael's and buy shirts and use my wholesale, my research. I can give it to them because it's for my business. But by the time I get into the car, drive all the way down there, is it really worth it when I can make a phone call, have it come through whatever via shipping, then I can be running my office? See, when I leave my office, I'm not working. I'm losing money. See how the methodology that we could use is costing us instead of helping us to make, because the only way I can really be profitable is in my office, taking orders and making shirts and getting them out. That's how you're going to make money. Not running all over across town trying to get inventory. And you shouldn't be throwing your stuff out. Oh, I can get this possible order today. Does anybody have? I see this stuff in the group. I need 62 shirts. You're in business. Get it established. You shouldn't have to do that. It's very simple. I don't want to sound like I'm being condescending or I'm yelling at you or talking to you like you're a child. I'm just saying, this is not the way to hustle. That's called hustling backwards. We don't need to do that. All you got to do, the worst case scenario, if you can't, Jif is a good place to start. And I'm gonna show you how you can profit off of Jif. With Jiffy T-shirts, right? They have a program, and people don't pay attention to it. They're a wholesale company, but they have a certain wholesale to the public. If you buy consistently $59 worth of items, you get free shipping. Now, that's going to benefit you. And putting in that size order, it reduces your price a little bit. So you can still mark it up and you can do okay to get yourself there. Everybody has to start somewhere. So I'm not knocking anyone. I'm not saying because I think I'm here. No, I was in the same boat that you guys were. Actually, I probably was in a worse off situation because I know when I started how hard it was for me. I was all over the place doing everything. And I didn't have a menu. I was just guessing at my prices. You know, if it sound good and the numbers came in, I did it. I didn't even look at what the thing cost me. I just took the job and okay. And what all I was doing was exchanging money. And I realized in the exchange, I was giving the customers money and I was consistently losing. So I had to go talk to a friend that was in business and I asked him, you know, and he really didn't want to talk. I said, listen, we're gonna talk. You're gonna help me. I said, because I'm not here for free. I said, just tell me your price because I got to get it together. I can't keep losing money. It's not working. And he showed me. He said what I told you like earlier. It's McDonald's. Put up a menu. These are the rules. Establish yourself. Matter of fact, his t-shirts, I thought he was high. And I used to argue with him. He says, now you're coming to me for advice and you're telling me that I'm high. And what was happening was I was battling for the cheap guy. And I began to realize that my stuff is good and there's people out there that would appreciate it, pay for it, no problem. All I had to see is it happened one time. And after that, I never had a problem. No more complaints. It is what it is. If you got a problem, this is what I told them. See that how it changed right there? And this is what most of us do. We forget. Don't forget to charge for your time. Don't forget. You're the one that's doing the work. Remember, if you want to quit your job or you want to replace yourself, you have to charge for your time because you know what? You got to get an employee because you got to pay him. So you got to practice first. That is a great thing about becoming a CEO because we always like to say, I'm the owner, right? Great position, great name. It's a bunch of BS because you want to know what? You're starting at the bottom in your place. You're the shipper. You're the ordering clerk. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. But guess what? You're still the CEO. So when you get those things together, right? When you get that together, this is what's going to happen. You're going to be able to leave your shop, hang out for a little bit, because you're going to have somebody running your shop, because you're going to be collecting enough money to pay everybody. You could have an on-site graphic designer because you're charging $25 for graphics. You don't have to pay him $25 an hour. You can pay him $18 an hour. He'll be excited. It's a lot of money. Believe me, it's easy. Numbers, we're talking numbers, but it's easy when you get in volumes. You know, you tap into the right resources and orders come in. It's easy to keep a staff. Easy. It's easy when you have a system that's implemented that works. Know what your prices cost. Everything in your business, you must go to wholesalers. If you got to get rhinestones, if you're doing rhinestone work, don't just go to where everybody goes. I know everybody goes to the rhinestone world because he's a cool guy because he shows all these great videos. He's killing you. Rhinestones are like selling like crack. You can get, I have a price list here. Rhinestones start at SS6s, no, SS4s, SS6s, SS10s, 16s, 20s, and 30s. Now, let's take the basic color. It's crystal. That's the white stone. I'm talking about, and these are average run-of-the-mill stones. They're not your top-end stones. You can get a bag of rhinestones, $55, 27, 27, 23. And they come in 1,000 gross, 500 gross, 200 gross, 100 gross, 50 gross. I told you guys I was going to put the game out there. So you could go in and start selling your own rhinestone, just like the rhinestone world. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a source where you can be getting your vinyl. If you have a wholesale license, you can go to Specialty Graphic. They sell it to there. That's just straight to the source. You're not going to get it the same price as Econoline transfers of those guys because, or heat transfer warehouse, because they move it in volumes. Stahl's is also a big distributor, and they make vinyl. I don't know if you guys know it. Most people think they make the heat press. They don't make. Hottronics makes the heat press. They sell that, but Stahl's is famous for vinyl, for a lot of stuff. They make it. They give you good pricing. You just got to know where to go to stay profitable. And really, the game, the money in this is in screen printing transfers. When I first started, that's all I did. And I could show you how I'll write this. This is what I did. A person would come in and they would say, well, I used to get family reunion shirts. And I would give them a deal right off the top of the head. I knew this was always going to work for me. I'd say $15 a shirt. And they go, $15? Yeah. Because I knew family reunions are tough. Now, I know I dropped from your 25 to 15, but I'm going to explain to you what I was doing. See, family reunions basically get white t-shirts. I explained to them, and you can add, and they get a one-color design. Now, if they want like a colored t-shirt, I can still honor that 15, and I'm not losing anything because I know those family reunion t-shirts are usually in the ballparks of 100 shirts. So you do the math. 100 shirts at $15, that's $1,500. That's what I was clearing. Now, I would buy 150 transfers. I never bought the exact amount because it was a family reunion. So 150 transfers from F&M Expressions at the 15 cents would cost me, with shipping and everything, $75. Okay? Now, let's see. If I was doing $2 t-shirts, okay, I was into the job for like $275. That's me making nothing. I'm charging $1,500. So, $1,500 minus $275 is $1,225. I clear this. We still do this. So I know where I can play with numbers at. If I have to deal with a cheap person, I know what I have to bring them down to, where I need to keep them at. Now, you do the math. I didn't even have to put in a salary because I knew what I was bringing in. This works. This format works. Now, when this would always happen. When I did 100 shirts, They come and pick it up. Oh, I forgot Aunt Mavis. I forgot Melinda. I forgot so and so. They said we need 15 more t-shirts. I go, okay, no problem. Come back tomorrow, I have them done. I'll come back in an hour and I have them done for you. Man, I go back in there and knock them out in 15 minutes because I have extra shirts. That's why I always bought extra. I didn't care if I used them or not. That always worked. I didn't lose money. I got smart. My friend taught me that. He says, buy more than you need because they're cheap. They can sit there. Okay, now I'm going to give you the $25 scenario. If you were in a shopping mall and you had a shopping cart and you were buying transfers from Pro Roll, they're averaging between $3 and $6, and you're putting on a $2 or $3 shirt. Yeah, $25, $25. I'm not going to debate with that. That's the going rate for that. But if I had to put a name on there, that name is going to cost them an additional 10. That's where I would have that written down on the paper where they can choose. You know, me and my partner, we have a store in Philly. It's called Pimp My Tea USA. Pimp My Teas. Very, very big up there. I lived in Georgia, but I would do work and then send it up there. I do a lot of graphic work. I did all the sublimation work. So we split it up. We used to be doing that for years. But the point that I'm saying is I had to learn the hard way of coming up, I was giving the money away. I was leaving it on the table. And I don't want to sound like I'm sounding greedy, but it's hard to make money in this business already because of the competition, but you can't worry about it. You're going to have to let some people walk. It's not a problem. All business is not worth it. Oh, I thought I had a comment. I think there's a comment coming in. Let me see the screen. Okay. So, any questions? You need to know where you can sign up to get better pricing. Like I did say, I got to reiterate, I'm going to find a vinyl calculator, and I'm also going to find a calculator that you could put in your t-shirts of what they're costing you so you can quickly itemize it so you're not taking a long time stumbling up in front of your customer. And like I said, take control of a job. Don't explain everything to the customer. And also, there's another profit center I forgot to talk about. Those inkjet transfers, the jet opaque 2 paper, the dark paper, they usually 8.5 by 11. They run like $1.25 a sheet. Rest in peace t-shirts. We were doing a killing with those, and we were doing those. We call them digital prints. Those were our $15 doorbusters on white t-shirts. White t-shirts are already cheap. They were $1.50, between $1.50 and $1.80. You look, white that's the cheapest. And that was a no-brainer. And all you're doing is printing off your ink. Now with the way they got the inkjet printers, you have the ink that never seems to ever run out. So that's more money, and more money. You have to use what makes sense for you. Show your customer what makes sense. They're gonna run with it because they're looking for a deal. And also, I don't know if I touched on this. Don't let a customer approach you with this. Do not let them do that. Do not let them tell you, I'm going to give you mad business. I'm going to give you volume. I had a guy tell me, man, I'm going to buy mad volume from you. bought 2 T-shirts, and he wanted a discount. I laughed at him. I said, let me tell you something, son. And he looked at me and said, son, don't say that. I said, okay, sir. Let me tell you something. He said, what? I said, listen, I get a volume discount when I buy 1,000 T-shirts. That's big business to me. 2 T-shirts, that's not volume. I was like, if you went to Walmart, I flipped the script on him. I said, you go to Walmart and you pick up 2 shirts out of Walmart at $10.99 a piece. What are you going to pay at the cash register? $10.99. You pick up 50 shirts, you're going to pay 50 times $10.99. So why should I give you a discount? Where is this okie doke coming from? What, because I'm a small shop, you think I'm stupid? So I have to explain a lot of things like that and educate my customer. The key is educating them to my business. And if they don't like it, I say, listen, it's not a problem. I thank you for your time. And then I let them go. It's just as easy. I have no problem letting people walk. and do it a lot. Matter of fact, I'll send them to your store. And there's this, and we had this store in Philly. I'm not going to bring up that. They were terrible at T-shirts. They made us a lot of money, because they were cheap. So this is what we did. When we got cheap, go there, and we send them down there. And then they come back 2 weeks later. We'd send them back. It was not, the letters came off the shirt. Something happened. And I was like, but you wanted a cheap shirt. And it was, well, no, this is what we want. So you have to, sometimes you just have to teach your customer a lesson. And I thank God for Custom Ink. I got a lot of work from Custom Ink. Custom Ink makes some bad T-shirts. And then people pay a lot of money through Custom Ink. And then you show them your work, and you can get, believe me, as much as you think there's competition out there, as long as you are excellent, you're good at your craft, people they're gonna come to you. Matter of fact, there's times that we just send business away because we just can't handle it. And they're like, well, wait. And, I also believe in partnership. I find somebody that is good as us that can help us fulfill. Because there are times when you just get overloaded. You just can't help it. And so instead of losing the business, I affiliate it out. So I still get some of the money. Yeah, and also, too, that's another great thing, too. You don't have to do all your jobs that come in. Let's just say all you have is a vinyl cutter. And somebody comes in and they want to get 1,000 shirt screen printing. You need to have a screen print partner. You say, yeah, I'll take that job. I'll have that done for you and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then just come back in 2 weeks, and they come back in 2 weeks. You put the box on the table and say thank you, and that's it. And I don't know if I mentioned, get paid up front. Custom T-shirts must be paid for up front. When you go to McDonald's, I love using the McDonald's. This happens. You guys know that. You drive up in the drive-thru now because of COVID, we don't go in the store as much. But as soon as you get to the window, that'll be $6.19 and change. Is that going to be cash or card? And you look, it's going to take it off my card. My whole point. Then they say, go pull up, wait in the spot. Your food's not ready, but you've paid. Why do you allow your customer, you take half the money and then you order something and then they change their mind? No. McDonald's way works in this business. That formula works. And those are the things that we need to implement. We have to be strict because this business is not just about us. We're entrepreneurs and we've got families. And the goal is not to have to go back to work. It's to be able to work that business and make the money work for you. And also, too, Here's some other services that you guys might not even think about. When you get an order of 100 t-shirts, normally you put them in a box and you just flip them over and pass them out. You can charge them $1 to fold them. They sell folders on eBay. You just put the t-shirt, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you can have a folding service. You can put them in bags. Delivery. Those are extra things. I delivered shirts. Do it all the time. Better customer service. That's how I get more work. Because, if I see a busy business person, I'm going to take the opportunity because this is all about convenience. Think about Uber Eats. It's all about convenience. You don't want to leave your house. You want a Big Mac at 12 o'clock. You just get on your computer and boom, 15 minutes, the driver comes there, you throw him a couple of dollars and you keep it moving. Okay, fine. So why can't I offer that service in my t-shirt business? Makes me different. The average shop isn't going to think like that. That's why they make average money. These are just gems I'm throwing out. Folding service, delivery service. And if you have a website, sometimes navigation is hard. Do a little video. When a customer calls you, stop taking the DMs. Say, listen, hold up. This is what we're going to do. Give me your email so I can type it in the computer and hand put the order in your website. This way it goes through your system. And eventually, the more orders you put through your system, as a point in time, you can get a loan from your credit merchant. You gotta think smart. If you just keep doing the DMs and you setting them out, you're not taking emails. How you're not getting repeat. See, this still has to do with how to price your work. You get an email, it's custom for life. Some of us had a lousy Black Friday because we didn't get the repeat business through the year. You just can't go and just put up 25, 100% off and think somebody's going to come. People buy from you because they know you, trust you, they've tested you, they've proven you. So this year and going forward, we're going to finish strong. I'm coming to an end. I really appreciated you guys give me the opportunity. I see the group is growing. You guys are trusting me. I'm really studying. Believe me, I spend a lot of my time. I'm balancing out my time. I'm looking into different things, how I can further my business. And I'm not just thinking about my business because now this group, the growth of it, I want to see more people be able to grow. Matter of fact, I'd like to be able to reproduce myself in some of you guys. I'm not saying that I'm it, no, but my good qualities, my business qualities, my caring, as being a coach, to coach you, there's some of you guys that have my direct telephone number. You can call me anytime and I answer the phone. Some of you guys ask me to make videos and I do it personally for you. I throw things in the group. I'm going to start doing more giveaways. I've been thinking about stuff like that because the faster you help somebody get to their goals, you go past. That's how fast I move. And this is just something that I've just learned through the years. Hoarding the information, what is it going to profit me? I can't serve the whole world. I can get a piece of the pie. And I'm not looking to get what you get. I get happy. I was in online earlier today. I'm just winding us down. I was online today, and what do you think happened? This guy was like, I got my first big order for 10 t-shirts. I was so excited for him because I knew how I felt when I got my first t-shirt sale. I was ecstatic at selling one t-shirt. This guy's flipping over 10. But it brought me back to when I just did one. Yeah, one. Because it was hard. I remember when I first started, I couldn't sell jack. I sucked. I didn't know what I was doing. I was terrible. Yes, it was terrible. I had to go through the ranks. It wasn't as easy for me. There was no YouTube. I had to come out my pocket and pay. There was no school. There was no T-shirt university, no T-shirt game university, no Caps university. It was none of these universities. It wasn't YouTube university. It was like, yo, you had to find somebody, find a mentor, then you had to pay. And you had to ride his shirt tail. And sometimes you had to tag along. When I mean tag along, I'm telling you this. I had to go work for free. For free. Yeah, that's right. At my expense. I make nothing. But it paid off over 20 years later. And it's continuing to pay off. And I just get excited, just seeing the growth of everybody. I mean, all business. He's been calling me. See his growth. Mr. Baptiste, he's throwing out tech packs. Blowing my mind. He doesn't know he's teaching me stuff. Just stuff like that. Tia, I watched her a year ago. She didn't know Jack. Now, she's almost in every group. She's a rhinestone queen. She's an artist. There's a guy named Ray. He's a rhinestone king. He's got a good following. Ulysses, he's the man. And Glenn, I'm not ashamed to mention names because these are good, solid people. They have character. They're stable. They're respectful. They're people that I would shop with. Oh, we have the squad, Mike, Zeke. Those brothers, two of the best brothers in the game. They had a show on yesterday, and I'm not veering off. I'm just telling you, you guys have made. We didn't have all of what you guys are getting. We're not spoon feeding. We're just telling you our life stories, the challenges, the trials, the tribulations that we went through. But it's making you guys better. I was watching. I was excited. I call that dude that was on that show Big Boy because he's the man. Purchasing power POs. Man, just think. I would be excited if I got Burger King to be my customer. Forget McDonald's. I'll take the lower one. I just take doing their straws. Customing their straws. Or making their bags. That's big boy money. So, I need for you guys to continue. Ask me stuff. Push me. Like I try to push you guys. Make us all better so we can go to our next levels. All right. I'm going to, on this note, it's almost 9 o'clock, and I have this thing that I could talk forever, and I just know it's not a good quality to overrun. You guys have time, you got family, it's a Friday night. Enjoy your families. I'll be coming back again. I think the next topic I'll probably be talking about is how to start your business. I know we've already started, but a lot of people aren't incorporated in all of that stuff, and I want to talk about that stuff. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Look up section 179. All right. You guys have a good evening, and God bless. Thank you for joining me. I appreciated everyone that was on this broadcast. I hope I was able to at least enlighten you. I don't know if I did or I didn't. If I suck, tell me the truth. I have no problems. All I need to do is improve. When you tell me the truth, I can improve. I got tough skin. Like I told you when I first started this business, I sucked. You know, as being a guy that has to speak in front of people, it's not easy. I make it look easy, but it's not. And then I gotta put questions, put answers, and I'm not sure if I'm getting through or not. And it matters to me because I want to see you guys making money. I'm tired of going, even like I have fun going in the groups. I'm passionate about this. So this is what I do. I do this stuff. So when I see somebody that needs help, I'll answer them. They don't have to be in my group or anything. It's not about ownership. It's about seeing you succeed. I love seeing all the nice sublimated pictures, the weed trays, oh, the buttons, all of that good stuff. The chip bags. You think I don't look at that? And I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Guys, women got us beat. They got it going on. Women are better in this field because they do simple and practical things, and they're detailed. They don't miss details like we do. We're rough. Women have more compassion. I hate to say it, they are killing the game. Look, it's Christmas time. We're figuring out t-shirts. They're doing Christmas ornaments and getting killings. They're doing all sorts of stuff. I go into the dollar store and I'm like, I see buggies coming out of them. Like, what could they possibly be doing? And they're turning around and they're driving out in Lamborghinis. And I'm not making this up. I'm driving in a little Benz. And these girls are driving in these top end cars. I mean, they're killing it. So I'm learning from you guys. All right. Good night. God bless. Take it easy. Goodbye.